hold on to your DualShocks. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 PlayStation games of all time.
Like riding a bike, ain't it, boy?
Yeah, it all comes back.
For this list, we're looking at over 20 years of greatness to find the games that were incredible to play at launch and are still both fun and memorable today. As is the custom, we're sticking to one game per franchise to get the best representation of PlayStation classics. But even still, with only 10 spots, this is gonna be tight.
Uh-oh. Should I be flattered or worried?
Number 10, Twisted Metal 2. The most successful game in this arena car combat franchise, the sequel took the crazy weapons, hidden secrets, and amazing multiplayer madness to the next level. Calypso's demented Demolition Derby-style tournament had gone global, featuring arenas in Paris, Moscow, and even Antarctica. A psychiatrist's worst nightmare, the insane characters on the roster were complemented by some of the best levels the series had ever seen. It helped establish PlayStation as the premier couch multiplayer platform for gamers who weren't afraid to steal victories at the last second with an ever-trusty homing missile. Number 9, God of War 3.
The man, the legend, Kratos, will have his revenge.
The series, known for its brutality and gore, saw its HD debut and the end of Kratos' saga of vengeance on the PlayStation 3.
Zeus! Your son has returned. I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Putting the hack and slash back in hack and slash, the unbridled violence the series was known for reached new heights here. On top of the tight, fluid combat the series has always boasted, enormous new set pieces were added, making Kratos' third outing all the more epic. Number 8, Resident Evil 2.
What have we got here?
When we finally thought it was safe to come out, Capcom unleashed this monstrosity. Known as Biohazard 2 in Japan, it took the zombie formula established in the first game and unleashed it on Raccoon City.
What's up with that guy? That was a clean hit.
Although it may seem dated now, the fixed camera made for some phenomenal scares, and each set piece oozed atmosphere and dread. Plus, with 2 playable characters and specific scenarios for each, players often dove right back in as soon as the credits rolled. Number 7, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
And what could possibly go wrong?
Developer Naughty Dog proved with the sequel to their PlayStation 3 hit that they were maturing into the cinematic force they are today, as the opening sequence on the train proved right out of the gate. The game was more focused, more action-packed, and never had a dull moment. Even the voice acting and narrative seemed more polished and was brimming with wit and chemistry.
If it makes you feel any better, my relationship with Flynn is strictly professional.
Really?
Mostly professional.
Oh.
Non-stop action, great platforming, and fantastic storytelling are hallmarks of PlayStation, and they can all be found outlined in Drake's journal.
Here goes nothing.
Number 6, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. This was the game that put the Vania in Metroidvania. Tackling Dracula's castle, backtracking to find more secrets, and defeating epic bosses, all while leveling up your character and finding new abilities is the formula that still holds up well today. Each familiar delivered new unique powers and abilities to Alucard that made traversing the creepy castle so much fun. But it's when the castle flips upside down midway through to essentially double the length of the game that proved to us how badly we did not want it all to end. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. The sandbox sensation that exploded on the PS2 finally pushed the console to its limits with its biggest world at the time.
Get us back to the hood, CJ.
With 3 cities to explore, it was easy to deviate and do one of the many side quests, or simply get lost in customizing CJ's body with workouts or a new diet.
Watch it, it's hot.
Striking a nice balance, San Andreas managed to be serious and silly at the same time, something that's becoming harder and harder to make believable now that the series has moved to HD.
We got beef around here. We've been getting into it with these fools.
I can't stand cold food. Unlike you, I ain't never ate from a trash can.
Oh, shit.
Number 4. Final Fantasy VII. You know a game's good when the developer is trying to top it 7 iterations later. The city of Midgar was massive and beautifully realized, but then the world opens up even more when you leave the city to hunt down Sephiroth. FF7 maintained the incredible non-linearity of the SNES-era JRPGs, with secrets and items pouring out at every turn, something later games in the series seemingly abandoned. The world, the lore, and the characters were all brimming with personality, and that's why the game has endured for all these years with spin-offs, movies, and a remake that... oh, right, never mind. Number 3. Shadow of the Colossus. After Ico reminded gamers of what the medium could accomplish artistically, the spiritual successor would take things even further. There were only 16 enemies, but they were epic titans that could consume the screen. The main character, Wander, slowly withers away as the game progresses, and by the end he looks purple and sickly. His only mission is to save the young girl who appears in a massive temple that may as well be her tomb. This isn't just a puzzle platformer with each stage designed as hulking beasts. It's a game about loss and spirit. Now, if only they could get The Last Guardian finished. Number 2, The Last of Us.
Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys? Movies? Deciding which shirt goes with which skirt?
The Last of Us is possibly the epitome of PlayStation gaming. A cinematic, deep narrative interspersed with tense action gameplay. It's artistically crafted, with each element designed to tell a dreadful story of survival. As incredible as the shooting and survival horror gameplay on offer here is, it's the lasting impression on the psyche that still stands tall.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
This is not a game that aims to make you feel giddy in the end, but one that would rather bring you down into the depths of despair and still leave you wanting more.
They've all returned to St. Mary's Hospital in Salt Lake City. You'll find them there, still trying to save the world. Good luck with that.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Number 1, Metal Gear Solid.
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Arguably Kojima's masterpiece, it was tough to choose between this and Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, which also had an excellent balance of stealth gameplay and enthralling narrative. Great bosses, thrilling set pieces, and shocking twists. Metal Gear Solid is the apex of all the qualities that it takes to make a PlayStation classic, and that's why it gets the #1 spot.
Let's enjoy life.
Do you agree with our list?
Loving it so far.
What's your favorite PlayStation game of all time?
Well, I haven't really thought about it.
For more great top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Yeah, homie. Yeah, it's good to see you back.